Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. In our Old Testament reading and in our reading in the life of Jesus, we find two individuals, two women who were foreigners, but were shown grace by God. We see, of course, Ruth, who was from Moab, and she was able to actually become a part of and be included with the people of God through her relationship with Naomi, but ultimately through her marriage with Boaz. And not only that, she is going to become the ancestor to Jesus Christ, as he will be born in the line of Ruth, as his line runs through Ruth. And then we also see in the New Testament, in our reading in Jesus' life, of the Syrophoenician woman who had a daughter who was demon possessed. She comes to the Lord. The Lord says, shouldn't take the food from the table, from the children, and give it to the dogs. And she said, well, even the dogs eat the crumbs from the master's table. And Jesus is amazed at her faith, and he ends up casting out that demon from her daughter, and her daughter becomes well. And so she too experiences the grace from Jesus Christ, even though Jesus Christ's ministry was primarily directed towards the Jews. They were to receive the message of the kingdom first. Still, God's grace was extended to her, and she was able to see her precious daughter being healed. And what this reminds us of is that God's grace even reaches those who are foreigners. And of course, we see this ultimately fulfilled on a large scale when the gospel is spread to the Gentiles. The gospel was, of course, first preached to the Jews, and then it spread to the Gentiles, those who were considered foreigners, those who were strangers and aliens from the commonwealth of Israel. And the gospel was spread to them, and they received the grace of God. But we could even think of it in a personal way as well, because all of us were foreigners in one respect, in that we have all wandered from God. We'd all gone astray. We'd all become foreigners of God, and the scriptures would even speak stronger than that and say that we were enemies of God. And yet, even while we were enemies, God reconciled us to himself through Jesus Christ. And what a wonderful example of grace God has shown us. That even though we were going astray, even though we had traveled far from the Lord in our hearts and in our minds and in our lives, he has extended his grace to us. And now we can experience his love, his mercy, and his grace, and find healing and restoration in him. So let's be thankful to the Lord that he's one who shows grace to foreigners. He's one who extends his grace to all people who will receive it. And he's a loving Father who cares for us and is willing to seek us out and to bring us close to him. So these are some things we reflect on and think about as we do our reading today. With that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.